Hello everyone and welcome back to Ejima. This is Nnena alone and thanks for stopping by. In today's video I'm going to be talking about my experiences with dating in Charlotte. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so first and foremost, everyone please click on the subscribe button. Join the family. I don't know what you're waiting for. Have some very good content upcoming. I noticed that, I just need to focus on what people actually want to see. That sometimes the hardest part about being a creator is that you have interests that necessarily are not the same as what other people are interested in, or you sometimes don't think that other people will be interested in what you're interested in. You just have to find like that balance, okay? So here I am. Oh my gosh, I really didn't want to do this video. And a lot of people have been asking me these questions, and my sister's been talking about I should talk about this. And sometimes I'm a bit of a private person. I'm just like, oh, what if the people watch it that I'm talking about? But I remember, Nana, did they buy your phone? Do they pay your bills? No, so if they want to watch it and you feel a type of way, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm gonna give it to y'all raw, undiluted as usual. My dating experience so far being in Charlotte. So it's been only 6 months and it's a pandemic. So when people keep asking me this question, I'm just like, I don't think my experiences are specific to being in Charlotte. I think a lot of people, men and women all over the world, are having these type of experiences with the climate, with things, people happen to be locked down, with things just being so different. It's not easy, and it can be a rough time to be single, like when you're, especially for people that are not going to work, they're isolated, or they're working from home. It may be a time that you're like, wow, I really wish I had a partner. I really wish I had someone to shelter in place with. So here's my story time. So I've said it in many other videos before. We have videos we talk about dating, relationships, online dating. I am not a fan of online dating. I am not. I really am not. I think it's weird. I feel too vulnerable. I feel like the quality, specifically with Black men on online dating sites, I just feel like the men on there are never really anything special. That's just my opinion. If you want to come for me in the comment section, I don't care. I really feel like the typical man who has it going on does not need an online site, because he would just have women. Like, that's just the truth. But Corona kind of has changed that, because people are not going out. So this is a time that I'm like, okay, let me be open-minded. My friend from Jersey called me. It was in like August, I think, when I moved here, like ending of August. She's like, oh, Nana, it's a way to meet people in general, not just for romantic relationships. You should try Hinge. You should try this. I'm just like, no, not interested. I downloaded it. Within a month, I deleted it because I was just so annoyed. Like, what really annoyed me the most about being on the sites is just that I feel like a lot of men are using Corona as an excuse to not put in work, right? So they'll be like, oh, do you want to just come over? It's a pandemic. I'm like, I don't know you. It's a pandemic, but you're telling me to come over. How do you know I don't have coronavirus? How do you know I'm not about to infect you? How do you know I'm not sick? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I understand it's a pandemic, but I was on your Instagram and you were at a wedding last week in a different state. Yeah, you go out with your friends on the weekends. You go to your friend's house to watch games. So that's not a pandemic? So I feel like that's just excuses to me. Like, trust me, I understand being safe. I understand, limiting social contact, especially with people. But like, it has to be, if you want to say you're socially isolating, or you're on lockdown and you're really, like, it has to be across the board. It's not when it comes to me, it's a pandemic. But everything else, you're flying, getting on planes, you're going to your friend's house, you're running up and down on the weekends, you're in the club, you're here, you're there. Then don't tell me that you want me to come over because you're scared of coronavirus. So that's just the thing I found. Like, a lot of guys on there, I'm just like, I'm just kind of discouraged. I just feel like, wow, this is what people are going through. Hey, like first thing, oh, do you want to come over? How do you, it's just so baffling to me. How could you not know someone? You don't know nothing about the person. You don't know their last name, the middle name. You don't know anything about something. You invite them to your house. Like, honestly, for men, you guys need to be careful. Like, you don't, like, I'm saying this as a woman. Like, I feel like it's very bizarre and dangerous. It is very dangerous just be letting women come into your house. And I found out real quick that the Charlotte is like this small when it comes to well, why am I doing this? This doesn't mean small. This means close. But Charlotte's like this small. Like 2 of the people that I happen to meet on online end up knowing each other. And I bumped into one while I was with the other. So, oh my God, mind you, only 2 people that I even entertain on that app that ends up being the case. Just imagine, like, I don't know, it could have just been a coincidence, or maybe because both of them have like the same, but I don't know. It could have just been a coincidence, but I just feel like it does seem a little small. But I don't think this is specific to just being in Charlotte, because I've seen some people talk about, oh, the dating scene in Charlotte sucks, this sucks, all the men are this, you have to date outside your city. And I always am some first person, I feel like people are everywhere. Like, I really feel like people are everywhere. Certain places, people are everywhere, but certain places have a certain culture that maybe the men don't want to settle down as early. That's true. You know, or a lot of men there are not into long-term relationships. They just want to have fun. That's true. But that's really only been my experience. Besides that, after that experience, I'm just like, sometimes you're better off alone. Like, and that's the truth. Like, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer or negative. My other friend, she met her partner off of Match. So I was like, okay, let me maybe try something that you pay for, you know, because sometimes I do think that when you pay for something, you may necessarily like care for it more. And then I got on there and I'm ready to already delete and ask for my money back. It's been 3 weeks, so I just don't like the people I'm seeing on there. And yeah, that was a New Year's. People like, just try this, have an open mind, this whole open mind. I just feel like all this open-mindedness I've had, where did it get me? Like, it hasn't gotten me anywhere. Sometimes I think my mind is too open. To be honest, it's too open. I don't think that in most cases what I'm looking for is really that much. I don't think my standards are really even high, to be honest. And I'm just like, okay, I just want a guy who's financially stable, preferably tall, and a man that has a real relationship with God. Like, those are just like the 3 basic things I'm looking. And even the tall thing, how many times have I even met a guy that's my height or taller? Most guys I've dealt with are not taller than me. And then you'll see a girl that's like 5'4", oh, he has to be at least 6'2". And then when I say I'm 6'2". If I go around saying I want a man that's 6'2", oh, Nana, you're so picky. Why are you looking at height? Will you eat height? What is height? Oh, that's not important. And I'm just like, I'm very, very confused. Like, it's not like this end all be all, but like sometimes I think that one thing I will never forget, someone has said this phrase to me: when you target everyone, you don't target anyone. Think about that. Like, I feel like sometimes being too broad and open sometimes I feel like it could be at your disadvantage, because it's almost like you're just giving everyone a chance. Anyone you see, you give them a chance. Anyone you see, you give them a chance. And like, you have to have some type of division, if that sounds right. Like, not saying that doesn't make you picky. Like, that doesn't make you picky. It just has like, okay, this is kind of what I'm looking. Because a lot of them, even in my DMs, some people, guys will come out of nowhere and they act like they're so real and so serious, but then you just end up being like, ugh. Sometimes I feel like my instincts never really fail me. Like, most of the time when I'm just like, oh, this guy seems weird, blah, 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 this, that, and everyone's like, oh, no, stop saying that, be open-minded. Then he'll disappear. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, that's why I had that vibe about him. I should have just went with my instinct. You can't give everyone a chance. You can't see how it goes with everyone. You can't be open-minded with everyone. You have to have some things that are really, really important for you. So sometimes I'm like, it may sound silly to other people, but if you're online, I'm going through Match, and a lot of guys will put spiritual, not religious. I'm gonna exit out. I don't want a guy that's spiritual, not religious. I need a man who believes in God. Like, that's what I want. That is what's very important for me. You're not going to tell me that you're meditating or you're slapping together charms. That's not what I want. Even if you're 6'6", even if you're rich, I don't want a man that is spiritual but not religious. I don't want that. I want a man who, not saying that you put religion on your head and you walk around quoting the Bible and speaking in tongues. I don't need all of that either. But I'm talking about, like, you have a real relationship with God, like you have a fear, like you believe in him, like, you know, you pray, you know, you worship, you know, someone that really feel like has a real relationship with God, not someone that just looks at it, oh, he's just someone in the sky and like whatever. No. So those are little things that some people be like, oh, no, that's my standard. That's a non-negotiable. That's a non-negotiable. I see this guy, oh my God, he looks so good, but he's a Muslim. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, and people might be like, "Oh, that is something that's those are like non-negotiable." I only have a couple of non-negotiables, and I feel like sometimes I'm too open with the people that I'm dealing with and like giving a chance. And I see girls who be like, "Oh, he has to be this, he has to be that, he has to be that," and, and sometimes they actually get it. Because it narrows down. Like, there's too many people out there. When people are saying, "Oh, there's no men," like, it's the opposite. There's too many people on these websites. There's too many people on these apps. There's too many people. How are you going to narrow it down? Narrow it down and find what you are really looking for. So I'm not saying I'm totally against. I just personally, I'm just not into the whole online. I'll keep saying that I'm never going to change the way I feel. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work for some people. It doesn't mean that I may not find someone. I personally feel like the best way to meet someone is through someone. That is my honest opinion. I definitely feel like the best way is to meet someone like through a friend or through a family member. It may sound old school and traditional, but I definitely feel like have someone to vet them, and you have some type of background to the person, because it is scary in a sense, just meeting all these random people online. Like, it's scary, it's weird. Like, I don't want to just be meeting up with all these, like, you don't know nothing. Some of these people are on there, they're married, they act like they're single. Some people are there they have a whole fiance. Some people are in committed relationships, they're just on there to have fun. Like, I just feel like the weeding process for online is too much for me. Like, it's too much. I like to either meet someone through someone or just meet them in person, because I believe that I could look at you and kind of tell something about you. Like, just seeing you, talking to you, let me talk to you for 1 hour. Let me look at you head to toe 5 times. I feel like I can get some type of sense of who you are, even though you could possibly still be a liar and cheater and all of that. No, I definitely think that meeting in person is better than this whole online thing. But it seems like the future 2021 is going to be mobile. Like, it's going to be on the online. Like, it's just, and I think that's another reason why I feel like online is kind of more annoying now, because I feel like everyone is online. So it's just like it's too many people to weed through. Like, everyone is going online. Everyone, people like me who never cared for online are trying it out. You know what I mean? People who never needed to go online, had girls left, right, center. Now there's a lockdown, they have to go online. It's like, I feel like it's just too saturated. Like, nothing is wrong with having standards. I mean, nothing, it's just about being realistic. And I feel like a lot of people confuse standards with not being realistic. And it's not necessarily true. I just feel like whatever you're looking at someone else, just make sure you have for yourself. That's like something I always go by. I always look for, like, I'm like, okay, I want a man that's financially stable. I'm financially stable. I don't want a man who's tall. I'm tall. If I want a man who's into fitness, I'm into fitness. You know what I mean? If I want a man who's who believes in God, okay, I believe in God. You know what I mean? If I want a man who's doing this, I do this. Like, I feel like as long as you are not like being outrageous and looking for things that you yourself, like, you are morbidly obese, but you want a man with a 6-pack. Like, I feel like that's when you're not being realistic with your standards. You know what I mean? Or like, you're 5 foot, you want a man that's 6'2". For me, that's ridiculous. I say it all the time. It's the short women out there that are taking our men. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of seeing these small girls with tall men, and they're allowed to do it. Once you're a tall woman, oh, isn't 5'10" good enough? Isn't 5'9" good enough? Isn't 5'11"? You 5 foot. Isn't 5'5" good enough? Isn't 5'4" good enough? Like, don't tell me that. Why isn't your man your height? It's tender age. It's like, you don't want to feel like you're with someone, or you're just doing it because you're like, oh, I'm getting older. I want to have my children soon. There's no good men out there. Men are men. It doesn't, you don't want to come to that point that you just like, you don't even care about the person that you're with. You're just like, whatever, because at least he's okay, he's nice to me, he calls me, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you don't want to, and I don't necessarily even call that settling. I don't like the word settling, because I feel like we will all settle in some type of way. That's just the truth. I really think that all of us will settle on something. So I don't like the word settling, because you're not going to get everything you want in one human being, because I'm not going to be everything every human being wants, almost though, but not everything. So I just don't want to like force things because, oh, I'm getting older, because I've seen it. Like, you can't, like, this relationship thing it gets tricky. Like, I do believe in being open-minded, but open-minded doesn't mean you don't have open-minded doesn't mean that you don't have non-negotiables. Let's just put it that way. Like, I feel like open-minded people make it seem like you're just supposed to talk to anyone and give everyone a chance and see what goes to everyone, but it means more of like, maybe I was never into meeting someone through a friend, but let me give this a chance, meeting someone through a friend. Like I never like I was always like, no, I have to meet the man on my own. I don't want to meet no one through no one. But let me be open-minded to this new method of meeting someone. Oh, I'm used to only dealing with this type of, maybe I only date Nigerian men. I realize it's not working for me. You know, like instead of me only dating Nigerian men, let me give a regular black American man a chance and see if it'll be better. You know what I mean? Let me give, even if you just say you want him to be black, because that's the thing with a lot of black women, it is a preference for the man to be black. It is what it is. Even as beautiful as you are, even if you think you're so beautiful, so cute, the older you get, you know, just meeting people is not because of your age. It's just, I'm saying the way life tends to happen after college and after you just go to work and come home, it just becomes harder to meet people. Like that's just the truth. But let me know about what y'all feel about anyone in CLT, anyone's dating experience specifically. Like for women and men, do you think it's something specific to Charlotte? I can't speak much. I have hardly dated. I've only been here 6 months, and then it's also a pandemic. But maybe for people prior to the pandemic, I've heard a lot of women saying, no, they're not in Charlotte. There's no men. Like a lot of people I meet, a lot of girls like, you should get someone out of state. There's no men here. Oh, the men here are not serious. So let me know what you guys think in this comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.